Maybe you have the same issue when it comes to preparing for a big event. Today, I want to tell you exactly what to do, what not to do with your A game so everybody's excited, everybody, yes, is on board. If you stay till the end, I'm going to have 3 tips that you're going to go, whoa, why didn't I know this before? Now, a few of you have been coming up to me and saying, Brad, I've got this big event coming up. I don't know what to do, and I want to bring my A game. And even though these people are high achievers and they're ready to go with gusto, they want to make their A game way up here, and maybe you have the same issue. So today I want to tell you exactly what to do, what not to do when it comes to preparing for a big event. And this event could be anything. Maybe you're doing a speech, like a keynote speech. Maybe you have a huge merger that you have to speak in front of shareholders. Maybe it's a matter between you and your family, right? A big thing that's going to be happening. Maybe you're moving and you want to tell the family all at once with your A game so everybody's excited, everybody, yes, is on board with whatever you have to say. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do and what not to do because it's so important. Sometimes the things that we don't do will help carry us through so that we can get to that A game so much faster and stay up there exactly where we want to go. This is Maximum Human Performance, and I'm Brad Valancourt. Thank you so much for joining, and let's get right to it because we've got some major stuff. In fact, if you stay till the end, I'm going to have 3 tips that you're going to go, whoa, why didn't I know this before? All right, let's start you off with some easy ones, but very, very important. 1, you want to stay hydrated because when you're dehydrated, your cortisol levels go up. That's your anti-stress hormone, right? It goes up and testosterone comes down. When testosterone takes a nosedive, what's going to happen? Low energy. And you're going to be so brain fogged, you're just going to be, I don't know how I'm going to go through with this. And it's going to be awful. So make sure that you are well hydrated. How do you know? Well, one thing that you can do is you can very gently pinch the temple for a few seconds, let's say 5 seconds, let go. If it doesn't snap right back, if it stays there and lingers, that's telling you that you are dehydrated. You don't have to pinch really hard and squeeze the hell out of everything. Just a gentle pinch, and bam, it should snap right back. If it doesn't, then you got to get some water in you right away. If you're drinking coffee, whatever amount you're drinking in coffee, you have to replace with that much in water just to get yourself back up to the level, whatever level you were at before. Keep that in mind, it's huge. Now, sleep is really important. You're going to want to get as much quality sleep that you can, that you need. If you're normally sleeping, let's say 6 hours a night, and that's great for you, then don't go and sleep 9 hours because guess what? You're going to throw yourself off. Why would you want to do that? Now, when it comes to the opposite side, if you're not sleeping enough, then you're going to want to get some sleep so that your body can learn to rebalance itself and get yourself back to what's called homeostasis, or basically nice, even keel energy all the way through. That's what you're looking for, is to be nice, even keel all the way through so that when it comes to you going and do that speech or you having that huge event, you've got close to the same amount of energy at the beginning as you do at the end. You don't want to be up and down, 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 down. Because I tell you, what if that event is your wedding? Now, good quality sleep means sleeping all the way through. If you happen to wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., the liver is angry and it's not doing too great for you. If you're waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., then you're too stressed out. You've got too many free radicals floating through your lungs and they can't replenish fast enough, so you end up waking up. Something for that would be vitamin C. That would be really great. Make sure it's non-chewable. Now, whatever this event is, how big it is for you, you want to make sure that you are fully prepared when it comes to having things written down. If you need to write down everything word for word, by all means do it, and then have a backup. If you need to put things in a point form, fabulous. Go ahead and do that. That will help you out a lot too. I tell you, here's a story. One of the most important talks I've ever given, and it was not to my normal 300 and some people. It was to about maybe 150 of the most important people in my life at the time. This was my father's funeral. I was the one doing the eulogy. I was the one in charge of making sure that everything went smoothly and that everybody knew exactly what I wanted to tell them, to honor this man the way that I could for all the things he had done to help me out, to help all these other people out. And I gathered up all these different stories. He had somebody from his grade 8 class, not a student, a teacher who came up to me and said, you know what, your dad, he was a great man. Even at the age of 12, this is what he did. And he told me this phenomenal story. And then the principal from the next school that he went to came in and gave me another huge story. I couldn't believe this. So I want to make sure that, hey, the energy that I've got and the wording, I want to make sure I've got everything down to a T so that people know exactly what I want to say. Make sure you do the same. You have everything written down, how you need it, in the order that it is to be prepared for your speech, for whatever it is that you're going to talk. Now, what if it's not your wedding, but what if it's your daughter's? You want to make sure that you speak from the heart and that you say everything that you can, because you've got one shot at this for her, and you want to make it the best. So regardless, whatever your big event is, this is big, this is huge to you. If it's a keynote, maybe it's a merger, maybe you're telling somebody some very serious news, maybe it's your family that you have to talk to. You want to make sure that everything is crystal clear. So make sure that you do this and do not do certain things like not get enough sleep. Make sure that you are well hydrated, because if you're not, you know your cortisol levels go up and testosterone comes down. If you don't have things written down, you're going to forget things in the heat of the moment. You're going to forget. So don't try to wing it. Definitely do not try to wing it. Be prepared. Now, what do you do before this big moment that you're going to have? You want to make sure that you've got a good routine down. I've got a great story. Oh my gosh. Kevin was doing this huge keynote speech, and I think this keynote was going to be amongst thousands of people, and this was all the way across the other end of the world. The thing was, that went over wonderfully. That was a huge hit. 2 days later, he had to be back across the Atlantic and on the opposite end of the US to do another keynote. Well, his travel plans didn't quite dovetail the way that, they could have. And they lost his luggage. He hadn't slept. On top of that, he only had one thing with him, his notes. But he was so exhausted that he couldn't even do much studying on them because he just didn't have it. His brain was not there. But he had a routine. And with that routine, he went from doing a phenomenal job, traveling, getting more and more fatigued down to exhaustion. So exhausted. Showing up at for his keynote, getting himself prepared by having his routine. And by the time he stepped up on stage, hey, he was ready to go. He's like, okay, this is what we're doing, this, and this. And he just knocked it out of the park. It was amazing. Just amazing what he did. And sure, he collapsed in his hotel room for like 12 hours after that. But he got the job done, and he got it done with gusto, right? Everybody applauded. They loved it. They had no idea this went on ahead of time. And with his routine, he just kept it, and everything flowed the way it's supposed to. And here, I'll give you some tips that I gave him that are going to help you too. One thing that we're going to do is not go on with brain fog, because if you're just exhausted, maybe you were out too late the night before. Maybe you couldn't sleep the night before because of everything going on. Maybe you had other things going on like travel, right? Like Kevin. Now, here's what we're going to do. To help with some of that, we're going to help you with waking up the brain cells. And this is done through a certain type of touch. So this is a great body talk technique. This is called tapping the cortices. Now, you're all going to do this with me so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. By the time you're done, you're going to, let's just try it. I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, take your one hand, place it at the bottom of the back of the head. The other hand, you're going to spread your fingers, and we're going to tap all the way across the whole forehead. Inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap your heart. Inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap your heart. Take the opposite hand that was doing the tapping. We're going to place the thumb over top of the pinky of the opposite hand. So we have a slight overlap. And as it goes up, we're going to switch hands. And let's do it. Inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap your heart. Inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap your heart. Again, thumb overlapping on top of the pinky. And lay that hand over top. Other hand, spread those fingers. Inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap your heart. Inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap your heart. Great. Again, thumb over top of pinky. And by now, for me, I'm at my forehead. If you're already there, great. Take your fingers, spread them apart. We're going to tap the back of the hand this time. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Guess what? Inhale, tap, or exhale, tap the heart. Man, I screwed that up. Okay, so now we're going to do the sides of the head. We got everything else. We just need to get the sides down. So one hand on the side, over the ear, cover that whole side. Spread those fingers and inhale, tap your forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Great. Now, how do you feel? A little bit more awake probably. What this does is this helps wake up some of those neurons, and you're going to notice a nice difference, giving you some more even keel, get rid of a little bit of that brain fog. I've got more stuff for you at the end that I'll show you. But this is a great way to really shake things up for you. And this really helped somebody like Kevin, who had that huge, that huge ordeal with those two events. This is going to help you with your one massive event that you've got. All of you who are really stressed out and just don't know what to do, you're feeling like this. Maybe it's your children, maybe it's your staff, maybe it's you because of this massive event that you've got going on. This next technique, another body talk technique that I learned, amazing at getting the heart rate and the whole nervous system to go, back down to where it's normal, where it's more manageable for you. And this is called switching. All you're going to do is you're going to spread your fingers like this. We're going to take the thumb and middle finger. You're going to place them on the inlets of your collarbone. You're going to notice that these bony inlets here, we're going to place them right inside there. So like here and here. The more stressed you are, the more sensitive it is, so you don't have to press very hard. All you got to do is just lay them in there. And if it's such a big event and you've got so much stress going on because you're walking your daughter down the aisle, you've got this merger going on, you got to tell your family that you're moving, well, then make sure that you go easy on yourself. All right, so we're going to hold it there. The other hand is going to spread your fingers, and guess what? Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Wow, you can notice it even in my voice. Things have just calmed right down, more even keel, and you're going to notice it too. Your heart rate's going to come down, breathing's going to be a lot more normal, and hey, that thinking clearly thing, kind of important. So it's going to be good for you too. And I got another one to make you even more focused. I mean laser focused, but that's going to be at the end. Now this next one, I have to thank one of my former managers, Nathaniel Metron. Thank you, buddy. That was awesome. This is, if it isn't written, it isn't real. Now what that means is, if there's something really, really important that you've got to say, maybe it's something important in the merger, maybe it's something that you really want to tell your daughter as you're walking her down the aisle, you've got this thing written on a post-it note and it's all over the place. Maybe it's on your bathroom mirror, maybe it's on your fridge, maybe it's inside your fridge on that thing that you're going to know that you're going to grab first thing that morning. It's posted right in there. Whatever it is, wherever it is, just make sure that you see it and you see it and read it every single time. And that's hugely important. That's going to get you that way that you want to say it, because you've said it in your head so many times. You're going to know exactly how to say it. How you say it is going to mean so much to them. But if you're going to be talking to partners, and this is really important, this is coming from the heart, this is going to help you with that delivery so they know exactly how you want it said and what you mean behind it. When you go into something like that and it's written, then you're not just hoping for the best when it comes out, because you're just leaving that to chance. And you don't want to leave things to chance. If your big event is first thing in the morning, then you're going to want to prepare yourself the night before. And here's what you do. When you prepare yourself the night before, we're talking about food. What you're going to do is you're going to have something like a steak. It could be any kind of steak. Myself, I prefer ostrich over any other kind, But whatever it is that you can get, amazing. It's called a yang food. It doesn't have to be a steak, but it's got to be a yang food. Yang food will give you that energy first thing in the morning, and bam, you're going to be able to deliver with vigor. What you don't want to do is have food that's going to make you sluggish. What good is that? So have yourself some yang food. Maybe it's buffalo. Maybe it's your favorite ribeye. That's great. Look it up on the internet. They've got a huge list of all these different yang foods. They're not all meats. Look at them and figure out what is that I want. Maybe it's some broccoli. Remember, if you're going into that big event with a donut in your stomach, yeah, it's not going to help. If you had a yin food the night before, it's not going to help you. Not for first thing in the morning. That's going to help you some other time, but not when you really want to be up and ready to go. Which brings us to the next one. If this big event is going to be later on in the evening, then you're going to want to be prepared. By that I mean, when it comes to food, the night before for your dinner, instead of yang food, you're going to want yin food. So maybe it's salmon, maybe it's rice, maybe it's a combination of the two and some other things on that yin list. Look it up on the internet, you'll find it. That yin food will help you with more energy later on in the day so that you're nice, even keel, exactly where you need to be from start to finish, right? We want that high level energy. We don't want this kind of stuff, or worse, starting here and going down. So look it up, have a yin food if you're going to have this big event later on in the day. Now remember, by the end of this, I'm going to give you a routine that is going to be so big. 3 things that are going to maximize your performance up here rather than being around here at best before it. Avoid that. We want you up here. So stick around to the end. I got you covered. Now I know you've got a million things to do before this event, but one thing that's going to help you out when it comes to keeping yourself focused is this. Only converse and communicate with people that you need to in order to get specific high priority things done. When you do that, you let go of all the things that don't matter as much, or that don't matter at that particular time, and you stay focused. You try to focus on all these other things going on in your life. What happens? You get overwhelmed, and that laser focus, gone. So we want to keep that laser focus. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in your routine at the end. But first, you've got to prioritize with whom you speak that day and only interact with those of a high priority level. Do that and you'll find less clutter in your life. You're going to notice that, hey, these people aren't zapping my energy, even though they don't mean to. It's just because I've got so much going on for this big event. Don't worry, we're almost there. So close, so close. I'm going to give you those 3 things for your routine. It's going to be amazing. But I've got one more thing to say. When it comes to those high priority people, you want to make sure that they know exactly how you feel amongst everything else going on in your life for this big event. They know that you have them at their best interest. Not only that, but you want to help make yourself as smart as you can, right? What if you could do both at the same time? You can. This is how you do it. And so many studies have shown you can make yourself and others up to 32% smarter. 32% smarter just by smiling at them. Just by smiling, you create the best chemical reactions in your brain and in their brain so that both of you become smarter. And all it takes is a smile. So for those important people in your life on that big day, for that big event, you make sure that you greet them with a smile. They'll thank you for it, and they're going to help make you smarter in the process. Okay, now it's time to throw away the notes and let's get to it. We're going to get to the bonus session here, the 3 things for this routine. And it doesn't matter what your big event is, it's going to help you out every single time to bring that A game from here to a little bit higher, because you've been doing all the other things. Then guess what? The more you do it, the higher you get, the more your A game goes from here to here to here, right? Your A game, 2 years ago, not the same if you've been doing things to help yourself get better. And that's what this is designed to do, to get you there faster. Let's get to it. For this routine, first, we're going to tap the cortices, just like we did before. So take one hand, place the back of the head, Other hand, spread the fingers. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Switching hands, placing the thumb on top of the pinky of the other hand. And spread the fingers. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Placing thumb over top of the pinky. Cover. Spread fingers. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Thumb over top of the pinky. Spread your fingers. Inhale, tap the back of the hand. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the back of the hand. Exhale, tap the heart. Okay, now one side. Spread your fingers. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Switch. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. That's a great body talk technique. Here's another one. You're going to grab onto your earlobes, just like I am here. You're going to pull down and away towards the shoulder tips, right? We're at the edges, outside edges of the shoulders. It's like a 30, 40 degree angle downward, and just keep pulling continuously. Just pull, keep pulling until I tell you to stop. It's about 15 to 17 seconds for most people. And this is going to do some amazing things. If you're doing this in front of a mirror, you're going to notice it right away. In fact, show your friends, your spouse, when they're stressed out, do this in front of a mirror, this whole routine, and you're going to notice a huge shift in them from top to bottom. All right. Notice even my shoulders came down, and I'm not stressed. I'm loving this. That's number 2. Number 3. All right, so we're going to take the hand, doesn't matter which hand. We're going to go middle finger and thumb here. Put them on the front walls of the cheekbones, there and there, right on the front walls of the bones there. And then the other lonely index finger, we're going to place that right between the eyebrows. Stare straight ahead. If there's a wall in front of you, pick a spot on the wall. If you see a blinking red light like I have, then stare at the blinking red light. But stare at the whole time. And now we're going to take the hand and spread the fingers. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. Keep staring at that spot. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, tap the heart. And bam, just like that. How do you feel? Don't you notice how much clearer things are? How awesome is that? Congratulations. Now go ahead and enjoy that big event that you've got. Congratulations. Use this routine every single time.